as we get ready to go racing for the first time I should say, for our senior division of the Formula 125s. Green light is given, and it is the 35 car of Alan Beer that gets the best of the start. They will bunch up behind for the minor positions at this point. So they head down the straight. They manage to all get around safely. So the 35 car has got the best of the starts here of Alan Beard. So they'll head around, still anyone's position for the minors. In second place is the 14 car, and that is Peter Harris. Julian Beard back in third, Haley Berry in fourth for this one. But for second, third and fourth, it is a mixture of cars. Julian Beard gets up another spot in there as well. So second, third and fourth, it's anyone's at the moment. They seem to be swapping each turn this time around, but it is Alan Beard that is pushed away from this pack. Second place in the nice looking green car, and the 36 car is Julian Beard. Haley Berry and Kay Coulker is in fourth at the moment. So first night out for our senior Formula 125s, and we've seen it in the juniors as well. One car pushes away and they struggle to catch, but will Julian Beard be able to track down Harris as they come around? There'll be 5 laps to go in this 8-lap heat race for our Formula 125s here at the Make Smoking History Bunbury Speedway. The 75 of Kay Coulker and Trevor Coulker side by side as they head around, with Peter Harris leading this one. 21.864 is the fastest time, and that is from Peter Harris, the man out in front. Second place is Julian Beards. Third place is the 3 car of Haley Berry and Trevor Coulker, and Kay Coulker are fighting it out for 4th and 5th. They head around with 3 laps to go when they see the start-finish line this time, so they've done over half the journey now, and they're into the final stages of heat number 1. Out in front, Peter Harris. Second place is Julian Beard, Haley Berry, Trevor Coulker and Kay Coulker still fighting it out. All that gap has grown ever so slightly. Then back to Alicia Schroeder in 6th place. So our race leader, we'll see 2 laps to go this time around, has been out in front since the start of this one and is driving this car off its wheels into turns number 1 and 2 now with 2 laps to go. So it's out in front. Peter Harris doing it nice and easily for this one. They really spread out for the minor positions. It was the Coulker fight out happening for 4th and 5th, but that has sorted itself out at the moment, and Trevor Coulker is leading that battle. White flag out, 1 to go. It's Peter Harris from Julian Beard, from Haley Berry, I should say, Trevor Coulker and Cade Coulker. Back down the rest of straight. Well, it's the Bunbury Speedway straight these days for the last time for our race leader in the W14. Peter Harris comes around and picks up the Heat 1 win for the Formula 125 Senior Division. Second place, it's Julian Beard, Haley Berry and Trevor Coulker in 4th place. Alicia Schroeder in 5th. Managed to get Kay Coulker on the last lap there. And that rounds out your top 6. But Peter Harris took off and took the race for the heat race win in heat number 1 of the Formula 125s here for a big night of racing with the Hit WA Legend car. Business owners as well, but we're about to go racing and seeing the Formula 125s, Jared, and this should be an exciting one. Yeah, it should be, and there's been some great racing between these tonight, so we'll see Trevor Coulker off the front, and outside looks like the 69 of Schroeder there off the front row on the outside. So we'll get ready to go green this time around. Who will get the better of the start? They do go green, it is Coulker, but look around the outside, the 14 car of Peter Harris just loops around and goes, well, this race is mine, guys. And as we've seen so much tonight, once you get to the front, it is hard to track down the leader in this one. So Peter Harris, how good is he? It's a blanket over the rest of the field as they jostle for positions. They come together as one car slows in front, but meanwhile, not in any harm out in front is the 14 of Peter Harris. Back then to Trevor Coulker, he's in 2nd spot. Nigel Schroeder is in 3rd, and Haley Berry is in 4th position. But looking back to 5th, 6th and 7th, put a tea towel over him again, but Alyssa Schroeder has come around the outside and claimed a couple of positions there. 6 laps to go, and the 14 car puts another one in, and it's Peter Harris pushing away from this field. It's out to 1.879 seconds from Trevor Cooker and Nigel Schroeder. Down the back straight, one more time. Who is this going to be for the minor positions? Because I would say, barring something going wrong, Peter Harris has got this one rolling around this track absolutely perfectly. Good battle for third position at the moment between Nigel Schroeder and Hayley Berry. They're fighting it out. And second position of Trevor Cooker is being caught up by the cars behind him at the moment. So Trevor Cooker will be in a little bit of hearing a little bit of noise behind him and hoping to hold on to this second spot. But meanwhile, it's Peter Harris out in front. Second spot is Cooker holding on at the moment. Hayley Berry back in third spot and Alicia Schroeder in fourth spot. As these cars head down the back straight, you can see at home it gets very dark on the back straight there. These cars are very, very small on that back straight, so it is they've got a fair bit of room on this track to get around. They're all running similar lines out in front, but ducking underneath. Hayley Berry's trying to capitalise on that inside line and gets up into second spots, and good battle for second, third and fourth at the moment. So a bit of work to do for those drivers with a couple of laps to go in this one, but Peter Harris has pushed away. It was 3.522 last time, and there's a wheel off of one of our cars, and I reckon that was the winner of this one, but he's got 3 laps to do it. Already pushes that car away. It definitely is one of the faster cars down the track. In fact, it's got the fastest lap of 21.291. Hayley Berry and Travis Cooker in behind, and Alicia Schroeder in there Nigel Schroeder in there as well. So the head around, there's going to be 2 laps to go in this heat number 2 for our Formula 1 time. 125s in the senior division. The 14 cars out in front. Doing it nice and easy is Peter Harris from Hayley Berry, and Trevor Cooker has dropped off into third position. So maybe a challenge for first for Hayley Berry. Very, very close in this one. The white flag is out, so we'll see. White flag, 1 lap to go. And it has been Peter Harris's race, but Hayley Berry is looking at changing this. Keep an eye on that battle close to further back between Cooker and Beard. So 2 battles for first and second, and then for third and fourth. Let's see how the first and second battle do. They come out of turns 3 and 4, and it is going to be, it's very, very close, but doing it easily is the 14 car of Peter Harris in first place. Hayley Berry finishes in second. In third place, it was Julian Beard in the end, gets over Cooker as they were side by side coming up the back straight. So hey, Peter Harris, Hayley Berry and Julianne Beard are your top 3. Hopefully. We go green in the preliminary A-main for the 125s, and it is the 14 car of Peter Harris which gets to the front. Hayley Berry back in second spot for this one. Julianne Beard in there and Trevor Cooker as well, which you expect to see a bit of moving and shaking from him. So they head around in the first lap of 12 for our 125s. It's been a great night out in front for Peter Harris and Hayley Berry. Julian Beard and Trevor Cook has got up into fourth spot. So watch him move through the field. He's been a very, very fast car tonight, has Trevor, but Alan Beard is right there. He's going to claim into fourth spot at this point. So it's Harris, Berry and Beard. So 14 out in front from the 3, 36 and 65. And Alan Beard is still back in fifth spot in the 35 car. So we got a 10 laps to go in this one, with the car slowing down on the infield and pulling away is car 28 there, and that is Jabal Nun Mohammed Dom out of this race. So Peter Harris gets around. 9 laps to go. Hayley Berry, Julian Beard and Cooker, they've spread themselves out for first, second and third, but fourth and fifth are right on the hammer. That's Cooker and Beard. Trevor Cooker back in fourth spot at the moment in the 65 car here at the Make Smoking History Bunbury Speedway. Will we see some moving and shaking for the minor positions? I dare say we will, because Alan Beard is up into fourth, Cooker back to fifth that time around. They're going to swap for third and fourth between Beards in there as well. So we're going to see some shaking for the minor positions, but Peter Harris is the man to catch in this one. Back in second with 7 laps to go is Haley Berry. Alan Beard with Julian Beard dropping back to fourth spot. Fifth spot in there is Trevor Cooker as well. They've got a car behind them in Charlie Harris, nearly half a lap behind, and we have another car pulling in. That is the 35 of Alan Beard. He is out. He got himself up into third spot. So a reduced field here, and it is Peter Harris out in front. Haley Berry got a bit of work to do to catch up, but as we can see, this car can move throughout the night. The preliminary A main with 5 laps to go for our 125s tonight. Peter Harris, Haley Berry, then it's back to the 36 of Julian Beard. Trevor Cooker is hot on the heels of our third place car of Julian Beard. Going to try and go up high around the outside, maybe on the back straight. Can't get enough speed out of that car, so it's a battle of 2 pairs. It is Peter Harris and Haley Berry in first and second. Closing the gap is Haley Berry, and Julian Beard and Trevor Cooker fighting it out for third and fourth. Got a bit to play out in this one, I'd say, for third and fourth. Can Haley Berry catch Peter Harris? Peter Harris has opened the gap ever so slightly. We'll see if my eyes are true. 0.692 last time around. What is it this time around? It is 0.927, so almost a second difference between them, and close for third and fourth between Beard and Cooker. 2 laps to go this time around, and your race leader is Peter Harris from Haley Berry. The 14 car been out in front for this entire journey of this race. 2 laps to go, and Haley is closed the gap slightly by 1/100th of a second. Back then to the 36 car of Julian Beard, Trevor Cooker in fourth. Going to see the white flag this time around for 1 lap to go for our race leader, Peter Harris. Can Peter hold on to this front position? He's done it all night, all race I should say, and he's got Haley Berry, but with 1 lap to go on the white flag out, you'd say it's all Peter Harris's race. A good drive from him out in front. Haley Berry's tried absolutely everything. They split the scene on third place of Julian Beard and Trevor Cooker in fourth, and then it's back to Charlie Harris in fifth. A checkered flag out. Peter Harris comes out of turn number 4, picks up a checkered flag for a preliminary A-main win. Haley Berry in second. Julian Beard third, close between third and fourth. Trevor Cooker tried everything but just couldn't quite get around Julian Beard, and then Charlie Harris to round it out. A big congratulations to our race winner for the preliminary A-main. Peter Harris picks up the preliminary A-main for the Formula 125s. Lights go green, and we are away. It is Peter Harris that gets the better of the starts, with Haley Berry right there in behind, and Kate Cooker in the mix as well. A few cars a little untidy out of there. Looks like it might have been the 96 of Alicia Schroeder that giving the car a little bit of a wobble coming out of turns number 1 and 2 in the black car. So we head around, and they get a lap in the books in what is an 8-lap race. Very close between first and second. It's Harris and Alice has got up into second. Fastest lap for Alice there, in fact, 21.456. So the Harris gets around the outside for the time being. Alice gets around the outside for the time being. Harris trying absolutely everything to secure a first spot, but unfortunately, that is not the way it has panned out, because Georgia Alice has just put the fastest lap in the books with a 21.188, and is now splitting away from the scene from Peter Harris and Haley Berry in third. Alicia Schroeder is back in fourth position. They've spread themselves right out now with 5 laps to go in this first heat for our senior Formula 125s tonight. Georgia Alice again a fast lap, a 21.602, so improving each time, and you can see that gap growing between her and also Peter Harris. It's 1.418 that time around. No passing moves, not too much happening in fact in this race, just some good driving from all drivers, and one of the better drives is with Georgia Alice and Didn't post a faster lap that time, but a 21.221, so very, very close in there. But the gap has grown to 2.159 in this race. 3 laps to go for our race leader. Georgia Alice comes across the start-finish line with Peter Harris and Hayley Berry. Alicia Schroeder and Trevor Coulter in 5th. Julianne Beard, Kate Coulter and Charlie Harris is how they sit at the moment. 2 laps to go for our race leader. Has had a great drive since getting into front. Has Georgia Alice from Peter Harris in 2nd. Gap now 3.755. The best time is still from about lap 3. I think that was maybe 3 or 4. 21.055 for Georgia Alice. White flag out for our race leader. 1 lap to go in heat number 1 tonight for the Formula 125s in the senior category. Georgia Alice heads past the Bunbury Speedway time for the last time in racing conditions with a gap at 4.427. It's got this one sealed in the bag. Put your hands together for our heat race winner. Georgia Alice picks up the win. 2nd place. Peter Harris, gap in the end was 5 seconds. Hayley Berry, Alicia Schroeder in 4th, but Georgia Alice, how good is that? Gets that car going and there was no looking back. Beats Peter Harris by 5.116 seconds. Then back to Hayley Berry in for 3rd. So that rounds out first heat tonight for the senior Formula 125s. Green flag is given in this heat race. And it's Peter Harris, Charlie Harris that get the better of the starts from Julian Beard. Kate Coulter's in the mix there as well. And 6 cars battling it out for 2nd spot at the moment in the senior 125s. But pushing away is Peter Harris out in front. He is just about got maybe 10, 15 car lengths, maybe a few more with these smaller cars. So let's have a look and see how they come across the line for the senior 125s. That's Peter Harris. Hayley Berry's up into 2nd with the Georgia Alice getting the fastest lap there that time around and also getting up into 2nd while that's happening. So that's relegated Hayley Berry back to 3rd, and 4th place is Julie Ann Beard. Order sorted out. They've got a line of 4 cars here, and Peter Harris is the one that is kicking away for this one. Georgia Alice, Hayley Berry in 3rd. 4th place is Julianne Beard, and Charlie Harris has got up into 5th spot with the battle of 5th being played out there between Charlie Harris and Trevor Coulter. They're off the main pack at the moment. There's 2 separate packs. One that is getting very, very close in the passing position is Georgia Alice. Recorded the fastest lap of the race, 27.28 that time around, and is battling Peter Harris to try and get around the outside. Can Georgia get around? Won the last heat. He's going to try and win another one. How's this going to play? Across the start-finish line with 4 laps to go. Half of the race to go. And Georgia Alice ducks down low. They get rather close. Peter Harris, some good driving there as well. The battle is on up out the front. In fact, there's a battle for 5th still going on as well. That's between Charlie Harris and Alyssa Schroeder now, as Coulter has dropped off. That's Trevor Coulter dropped off the pack a little bit. Up the front, Georgia Alice around the outside. Maybe just got a nose in front coming out of turn 2. Does. Georgia Alice puts the car in front of Peter Harris and claims that top spot in this heat race with 2 laps to go. Can Georgia push away like we saw last time? Once it's rolling, certainly is one of the faster cars out there. So Georgia Harris in there. Sorry, Georgia Alice in there from Peter Harris. And Hayley Berry back in 3rd spot, and Julian Beard in 4th. They've spread themselves out, the front ones, and the battle for 5th is almost sorted out as well, with Alicia Schroeder leading that pack now. 1 lap to go, white flag out. Georgia Alice heads down the back straight. Heads into turns 3 and 4, and is pushed right away to pick up another heat race win in the Formula 125s tonight. Georgia Alice from Peter Harris, from Hayley Berry, then the 36 of Julianne Beard are your top 4. But great driving again for Georgia Alice. A heat race win here for night number 2 in the... Lights go green for our senior Formula 125s, and it is Alan Beard and Julian Beard to lead us away. Charlie Harris is in there as well. They all come very close together out of turn number 1 and all get through there safely. But Alan Beard in there as well. Julian Beard pushing up right in there behind, and lots of changes and jostling for positions for 4th, 5th and 6th at the moment. We look out in front and one car slowing. It is the 35 car of Alan Beard and Georgia Ellis that got up into first spot. Julian Beard's in second spot at the moment in the green car, and Alicia Schroeder back in third. Great racing from these cars as they head around one more time in the last chance to see them tonight before they get into the feature. And we've seen some great racing here tonight at Bunbury. And it is Georgia Ellis out in front. Julian Beard, Alicia Schroeder and Peter Harris very close for third and fourth. Another lap in the book for our cars here, and have a look out in front. This car, the number 33 of Georgia Ellis, has just pushed away. We've seen it so often tonight. Once it gets there, it is away. Julian Beard in second, Alicia Schroeder in third, and Peter Harris in fourth spot. Back to Hayley Berry in fifth. Line of cars now, not too many passing moves in this one. So we'll see 4 laps down and 4 to go. Georgia Ellis got the gap out to 2 seconds now from Julianne Beard and Alicia Schroeder. Not one change has happened for the last few laps. They've all found a racing line and stuck to it so far. Georgia Ellis having the best of that with a fast lap that time around on that lap of a 20.694. That's a 20.694 for her, and we head down the back straight one more time. 2 laps to go for our race leader. Comes out of turn number 4. We'll see the white flag next time around. And having a really, really good drive out in front is Georgia Ellis. Second place is Julianne Beard, and been there since the start of this race. And Alicia Schroeder in third, with Peter Harris dropping back to fourth earlier on in the piece and has stayed there. White flag out for our race leader. Last heat for our Formula 125s. It's Georgia Ellis. Julianne Beard comes across now. Alicia Schroeder and Peter Harris fighting it out. Is Peter going to try and sneak into a third spot there? Can't at the moment. Heads down the Bunbury Speedway back straight. But meanwhile, that's happening. Our race leader comes around, claims the checkered flag. It's Georgia Ellis in the W33. The second place of Julianne Beard. Close for third, fourth and fifth. Alicia Schroeder wins that battle with Hayley Berry and Peter Harris in there as well. So a good ding-dong battle for the minor positions. But Georgia Ellis, wow, out in front, and a long, long way in front, in fact, to pick up a heat race win as we pass down to Barry. He's going to give us the order. Peter Harris and Hayley Berry to lead us away in this one. A mule back out on the track, so good news. We can get underway racing in our senior Formula 125s across 15 laps for their feature race tonight. Lights about to go green. And it's Peter Harris from Hayley Berry and Georgia Ellis. Georgia Ellis that get the best of the starts. Then back to Julianne Beard in there as well. So they'll put a lap in the book for this one very shortly. It's very, very close for first and second, equally third and fourth as well. Winning the battle out in front, as we've seen all night, is Georgia Ellis in the W33. Peter Harris has dropped back into second. Hayley Berry in third and Julianne Beard in fourth. In racing conditions here with 13 laps to go this time around for our feature race for the senior 125s tonight. Georgia Ellis has been the car to beat, and Georgia Ellis is still the car to beat. Line of cars behind with Peter Harris, Hayley Berry, Julianne Beard. Well, Hailey Berry's going to try and get into second spot. Does momentarily, manages to keep the nose in front over Harris. Harris goes out nice and wide. Harris has just snuck back in to that second spot. So it's Alice Harris and Berry in that order. Unfortunately, Berry wasn't able to stick the passing move there. Georgia Alice has just set the fastest lap at 25.31 that time around and is a long way in front. It was 1.729. Let's see what it's like this time as the battle for second, third, fourth and fifth continues on between Harris and Hailey Berry. The gap, incidentally, was 2.778. Throw a tea towel over the minor positions at the moment because it is anyone's. In the mix of them is Harris, Berry, Beard, and also Schroeder as well. Let's see how they come across the line because they've jostled for positions with Peter Harris still holding on. Hailey Berry in there, just can't find a way around at the moment. Got very close the time before. Alyssa Schroeder's moved up into fourth spot, so trying to get onto the podium at the moment. Can Hailey Berry get around Harris this time? Schroeder is in the middle there trying to make it all happen as well. A battle for the podium at the moment between Harris, Berry, Schroeder and Beard. Meanwhile, Georgia Alice has split the scene, 4.402 seconds. Almost a length of the straight basically here at the Make Smoking History Bunbury Speedway. 8 laps to go for our race leader. Heads down the front straight into turns 1 and 2. Still no change between Harris, Berry, Schroeder and Beard. They've stayed in that order for the last 2 laps. Will there be some passing moves? Will there be some changes? I reckon that Hailey Berry is eyeing off that second spot over the moment over Harris, just trying to find the right spot to do it. Is now the time, tries to come underneath, doesn't have much room, manages to get underneath. They tap tyres, but it is a Harris that is winning the battle. Berry just comes underneath. So orange lights on, there's a bit of debris on the track in turn number 4. Spotted by our cameraman Tony there, and then the officials not long after as well. Blake actually saw it there as well, so you can see it on camera there. Piece of hot exhaust. Very heavy exhaust as well. Would not have been fun if you had have come in contact with that, I would imagine. So this lines things back up. The battle for second, third and fourth was definitely where it was at. And fifth also, actually, between Harris, Berry, Beard, Schroeder as well. They've gone straight into green because they were fairly well lined up from the restart. Peter Harris out in front from Georgia Alice. Hailey Berry, Alicia Soda and Julie Ann Beard. Bit more spread out on this restart. In fact, almost all split out exactly evenly as they head into turns 3 and 4. Out of Catalanos and into the front straight. 6 laps to go. It's Georgia Alice from Hailey Berry, Peter Harrison, Alicia Schroeder in there as well. So Georgia Alice has a little bit of work here to get the lead back up, but hasn't done too bad with only a couple of laps down. It was 0.914. It got out to about 3 seconds before the restart. What is it now? It is 1.440. So pushing away from Hailey Berry and Peter Harris and Alicia Schroeder as well as they sort themselves into order. Peter Harris in third spot there. Can see Hailey Berry out in front of him. Gap staying relatively similar. Still about the 1.8 mark there, so hasn't gone up too much. So Georgia Alice just enjoying this time out in front. From second place, Hailey Berry, Peter Harris and Alyssa Schroeder in fourth place. No changes to the order. It's been a fairly calm old race since the restart in this one, but with Georgia Alice pushing away, Hailey Berry and Peter Harris in third and Alicia Schroeder in fourth position. 2 laps to go for our race leaders. Comes around to turns 3 and 4. To see that 2 laps, we'll see the white flag next time around. Will there be a change for the minor positions? Will we see something happen? Or will we see it all continue on as normal between Hailey Berry and Peter Harris? They're close. There's definitely something in it. So the white flag is out for our race leader in Georgia Ellis. Hailey Berry and Peter Harris maybe have a story to tell here. Will this be another grandstand position for a minor position? As they head around, it's Georgia Ellis out in front over Hailey Berry. Peter Harris in third. I think that's the way they're going to finish. Oh, will they be? Underneath comes very close. It's going to go down to the timing. The 14 car's got it, I think. Georgia Ellis crosses in first. Peter Harris left it right till the last 50 metres on the track to come in and get up into second. And Hailey Berry gets put back into third with Alicia Schroeder finishing in fourth. Finish second place coming up on screen. You see just got underneath did Peter Harris of Hailey Berry to pick up the second spot on the podium for the feature in the Formula 125s in their feature race. So cars get ready to move away. Oscar Amato will start off the front row as expected. Definitely the car to beat tonight. Lights go green, and they away. It's Amato and Crow off the front, and then it is back in third spot. There as they sort themselves out into order. In fact, Crow has dropped back to second in that one as well. Now junior sedans into their feature race. McBride gets up into second with Crow under the track down, and Jake Johnson is in fourth. So McBride and Crow fighting it out for the minor positions. Jake Johnson watching them in front as well. And then it's back to Jaden Stads behind them. Crow's going to try and get underneath McBride to get into the second spot on the podium. Does. Meanwhile, Oscar Amato has pushed away in this one. 12 laps for the junior sedan feature race here tonight. Thanks to KJB Industries. No change to the order as they head down the back straight. It's Oscar Amato out in front, grabbing some lap traffic. Early stages in this race. Good on you, Benjamin. Often good, lots of support on the text line tonight. Out there racing, having a great time. Love seeing these kids come in and the smile on their face after they've been out on the track. Oscar Amato is out first. Second place is Crow. Third place, it's a bit of a battle back in third, and underneath has come Jake Johnson. McBride has lost a couple of spots there. I let Jaden Stads through as well, so McBride's been pushed back to fifth spot. Cars were all over the track coming out of turn 4, and winning that battle was Jake Johnson. So he's got himself up into third. Crow in front in second, and Oscar Amato a long way in front in this one in first spot. Our feature race for the juniors tonight. Thanks to the team at KJB Industries. All cars still up and running in this one, and Oscar Amato putting in another lap, getting around the lap traffic. Again with our two newbies of Ivy Beersby and also Cooper Sayer, and of course Benjamin Oppett out there as well. One of our newer drivers here in the juniors. Our race leader putting in some very, very good lap times here. Second place at the moment is Crow. Third place is Jake Johnson. Fourth place is Jaden Stads. And dropped off a little bit from those positions is McBride. Our race leader nearly half a lap in front of second position of Crow. Puts another one down in the book. The passing flag is out. Crow gets around. Jake Johnson gets around. And then Jaden Stads gets around as well. Our race leader heads down into turn number 4 and out into another lap in this feature race for our junior sedans. Crow comes around in second. Third place is Jake Johnson. Pretty much almost half a lap in this now for our late race leader of Oscar Amato. About to hit a little bit more traffic. In fact, hitting the faster of the lap cars very soon as well, the two green cars. White flag about to come out for Oscar Amato as he comes down the back straight one more time. Meanwhile, our second place of Crow is in the front straight. So Oscar Amato comes around. He'll see the white flag this time. He does. The 81 car has one lap in the book for this one here. They roll around. Amato hits that lap traffic, but that's not going to worry him. He gets underneath pretty easily. White flag out for the rest of our field further back there. But here we go for the 81 car of Oscar Amato. Picks up our feature race win for the junior sedan tonight, thanks to KJB Industries. Great drive from Oscar Amato, as we've seen all night. Second place is going to be Crow. Third place is the 27 of Jake Johnson and Jaden Stads in fourth. But Oscar Amato is the man that picks up the win tonight. So we are not too far away from getting in to our Hit WA Australian Legend Car Championship. Just a few more features to go. Some very nervous drivers down the pits, but you've got to put your hands together for Oscar Amato. Great race. Up next is the Supermods for their feature race across 15 laps. So we might run through the starting lineup for the Legend cars. On the front row, the 19W of Paul Joss. Outside of that, the 9 car of Darren Snowden. The 1N of Braden Williamton in the second row. The 1W of Rob Rawlings in the second row outside of him. The AU1 of Matt Gordon on the third row with the 22Q of Scott Nichols. In position 7, the 17 car of Travis Gould. Position 8, the 42 car of Ken Melvin. In position 9, Tyler Humphreys in the 3A car. The 16W car of Steve Barrow will come out of position 10. The 12W will come out of position